I could talk all night.
Right. All right. So we're live here. We're talking with Stuart of the 210 Alliance, and we're also here with Dan from SA Craft Cruisers.
Yeah, man.
And we're drinking on something right now. What are we drinking on?
It's a beer it's a collaboration beer with Moithered Souls and Jester King. It's one of his members only bottles. It's very heavy, 13.1. Been barrel aged. It's amazing. If you can look up any beer that Marcus makes is amazing, but this one is very special with the collaboration with Jester King. And
So I might be drunk by the end of this because I got me a good pour.
yeah,
But
definitely.
it is really good.
You don't want any, Stuart?
No, I'm good for right now.
Oh, come on.
13.1, so
Yeah.
it's not for your casual drinker.
No, man, that's one of those bottles you drink only at home.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Unless you got an Uber or something.
Yeah.
So what we're here to talk about the season opener that's going to be occurring, I believe, this Saturday for the San Antonio FC. I can't believe that we're actually here talking about soccer because last year during the start of this pandemic, I didn't think we'd ever see sports again, let alone being able to attend any events. And then lo and behold, San Antonio FC kind of started easing things up a little bit, and they started letting some fans back in the stands, and that was a big moment. And I'm excited to actually be able to go and watch the home opener this Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. The restart last year was nice, to have some fans in the stadium, and then the playoff game, the atmosphere was just electric. We had all the supporters down to the bunker, and it was great having everyone there. I just remember kind of just zoning out and getting lost in the moment. So it's going to be nice to, one, be able to tailgate again before the games, and then be able to be in the stadium with more fans, because I believe they're back to – there's still restrictions, but it's going to be a few more fans than what we had at the playoff games. So
Yeah. The only thing that I kind of not perturbed about, but a little disappointed with the home opener is that they didn't do it with Dollar Beer Night. That would have been something, especially, the supporters that group, and, you have the tailgate. That's another thing that we need to talk about, too. You have the tailgate, then you have the home opener occurring. It's like, come on, guys, you all got to do the Dollar Beer Night that night,
Yeah, I think we were kind of hope all supporters that want to have a cheap beer, we're kind of looking forward to that. They have a couple of dollar beer nights throughout the season. But, we have fireworks after the game to look forward to, I guess, and getting drunk at tailgates before, between 210 Alliance and the other supporter groups, Mission City and the Crocketeers, plenty of free beer and free food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be plenty rowdy. I don't think we need Dollar Beer Night to be rowdy.
Oh, no. Not when you're part of that supporters group out there.
Yeah.
Good crowd, good people. I like walking around always, just talking shop with people, meeting new people out there. It's just interesting, the dynamic of supporter groups that you have, and everybody's just so supportive of the team, and not only of the team, but with one another as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nice. We're the supporters, we've been in close contact with SAFC as they try to figure out the best way to get supporters buy-in on certain little things here and there. So there's something that we pitched to SAFC. It hasn't been greenlit yet, so I don't want to talk about it.
It's hush, top secret.
Yeah, but hopefully here in the upcoming weeks, it'll be able to. They'll announce it. We can roll forward with it, but it'll be nice. I'll tell you off camera, off mic about what that plan is.
Oh, nice, dude. I look forward to that.
Yeah, I was one of those fans that kind of opted out last season, personal reasons, but I'm very pumped. I followed the team all year. Really, really looking forward to the support group. Just getting out there and having that family atmosphere is really what I look forward to. I love that it's not just let's get hammered kind of event. It's more of a family-oriented, just fun time for everybody out there. So
Yeah, it is. That's the one thing that I've liked a lot about, just going out there and mingling with the people, with the supporters group before games, is that, you don't have to drink if you don't want to, but if you indulge a little bit, it makes things a little bit more fun. But you have food out there, and you have little areas there for the kids as well. They can play some games and whatnot. Yeah. It's kind of a family-oriented get-together. It's almost like a barbecue in a way,
Mm-hmm.
So y'all did a good job about that, last season. So
Yeah, I have, 210 Alliance. I have a, like, beanbag toss for not just the kids, but for anybody, because everyone likes to play cornhole.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while, And then one of the other little things is a beanbag tic-tac-toe toss game. Just trying to find all those little things to get family and kids involved, because, like Dan mentioned, it's family-friendly environment, so don't want to have the concentration be on the beer. But you mentioned the food. One of the staple of 210 Alliance has been our crawfish boils for home opener games.
Oh, yeah.
So the crawfish first announcement, I haven't put it out on our social media yet, so you'll hear it here first, folks. Alamo Crawfish Company, who did our tailgate last year, the only tailgate last year, they'll be back for doing our boil this year. So the crawfish boil is back, and it'll be some good food.
Yeah, and shout out to you, Ryan Lafee, if he's listening, if he's watching.
Yeah, that's Alamo Crawfish. That's Cole.
Cole, okay.
Yeah, Cole's little business. Yeah, Ryan, he's over in Houston.
I know he's in Houston. I know he is, because I see him all the time on Twitter. I remember he told me before he left, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be moving over to Houston now." So he's just somebody that I've kind of kept in contact with over social media. So I was like, shout out to you, Ryan.
No, he's good. I think he's going to be in town on the May 29th game, so it'd be good to have him and some of the other fans coming in against that's May 29th. That's some RGB, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, he's not someone that you want to mess with too, because low key he's like a black belt or something, dude. Like he'll mess you up legit.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those guys you don't want to mess with. They take you out with just the one eye. Just
oh man,
tie you up real quick. Hey man, I wanted to ask you. Sorry,
go ahead.
You think we've lost any fans to the Austin team?
No.
Do you think you'll see any kind of decline or anything like that?
No, because the general consensus I've seen from fans is a big middle finger emoji to
right.
Austin
Same.
FC.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like local radio guys supporting them because they kind of infiltrated and bought them out. But it's really interesting to me how this season's going to play out and how the fans. There's always a really good showing in the first, second, 2 or 3 games, and then once it gets mid-season when it's really hot and it's a 7:00 start and the sun's still beaming on you, I'd really like to see the difference in attendance and stuff like that. It's kind of like the UTSA games. Everybody's always pumped up for the football.
Oh yeah.
Mid-season, this attendance is down. We got to keep that momentum this year and then show Austin that we're just as legit as them.
Yeah, I remember last year when I was watching the San Antonio FC games. Not gonna lie, man, that one game that they lost in the last second, I was upset, dude. I was lit. Yeah. I was legit upset, screaming at my projector screen here because I'm like, wow, can you all lose that? You all fought so hard to get back, and in the waning seconds, they lose the game on a play like that.
Yeah.
Was that Sacramento?
I
think it was Sacramento.
It was like the second, third game of the season, man.
I can't remember that far. There was so much that's happened.
Yeah, but
the one that stands out for me was the missed handball in the playoff match.
Oh man,
and that's where my anger went to.
I was watching so many games during that period of time too, because you had football going on, you had soccer going on. There was just so many things happening. I remember watching that game, and I was watching it on my tablet, and I was just like, again, they're like, "What's my friends are here?" And they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, no. Did SAFC win? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So it was a tough season, but it was a great season though because the team actually made the playoffs.
Yeah. Anytime you can make the playoffs is huge. One of the nice little aspects for this upcoming season for SAFC is so many of our games are part of the Copa Tejas Cup that we have.
Oh yeah.
That's supporter driven, done by the supporter groups for all the USL clubs, and so we'll be playing El Paso, RGV, Austin Bold, all for Copa Tejas. And basically, if we win Copa Tejas, we win the division and we go into the playoffs again.
Like it's an automatic bid.
Yeah. Because the only other teams in our division, I think that's what they're calling it this year, is Colorado Springs and New Mexico. So if we win, against all the Texas teams and win Copa, then that's a good shot at making the playoffs. So that should be the focus, is winning Copa, winning Copa Tejas, going forward from there because we got to prove we're the best team in Texas.
Oh yeah, and I'm always keeping track of the points almost all the time, dude. Every time I'm looking at the standings, I always go in there and I go to the website and I'm like, it looks good when we're leading. And I look at the point spread and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I was a sweeper my whole life. Any type of soccer that I played my whole life, I was always on the back. And I'm hearing a lot of positive things about our back line this year. I'm hearing a lot of positive things about our attack. It really just comes down to leadership, and hopefully we have that out here. And for me, leadership is the biggest thing about soccer. I mean, you can be the fastest, you can be the youngest, you can strike from 45 yards, but so can everybody else. It's about the guy inside and the leader that we need. That's what the championship season, we had those leaders, and everybody knew who those leaders were. So it's that's really the first couple of games this season. That's what you look for is leadership. And I think the preseason games this year, we've got some leaders out there. But for me, defense number one, then leadership, and then the goals come with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to talk about too is Gallegos, man. I got to go with my local guy. When you were asking, hey, what, the name that I want on that jersey, and I was like, I got to go with Gallegos, local guy. Just, being able to pave his way into the pro level, the pro scene, to me, he's an amazing story, So I like that. I like that kid, and he's so young, man.
Yeah, I think he just graduated high school.
Yeah.
He was like 18, and getting to go on trial with FC, with Barcelona and Bayern, like two biggest names in global soccer.
Yeah,
He deserves it though. Like, kid can play, man.
Yeah, he's
he
fantastic.
can.
Yeah, he really can. Who was the young kid, the blonde? He was a wing.
Man,
I threw a curveball at you. My bad.
Yeah.
But no, he was actually still playing club, and it was up with SAFC.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago, before the pandemic, and he's super young. I think he's just now 19. So
Yeah,
there's some young talent here in the city.
I mean, he played even he went to international club in. Oh man, I can't even think of.
I think it was Germany.
I thought Belgium.
Yeah,
or
you're right.
somewhere over
Yeah.
there, and I think that club folded, and that's what brought him back last season.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if Ryan's listening, he knows the name off the top of his head. I know we have a chant for him. He's young. He's full of. Man, I'm on the spot. I can't even think of the chant, but
That's what happens.
yeah. But
Get in the studio.
Ethan Bryant. Ethan Bryant.
There you go.
There
There you
you
go.
I'm right on it too.
I had to run through the chant in my head, like, yeah, he's young, he's fair, he's got great hair. Ethan Bryant.
When I was young, I had hair like that too. I'd have it braided because you wouldn't believe how many times a defender would just pull on your hair going
wow.
up for a header or something like that.
I used to play soccer when I was younger, man, when we were in high school, and it's no fun getting tackled when you're running full stride, dude.
No.
You always get, mess up your chins. You get, grass stains all over the place. But you get back up again and you go and try to get your revenge.
Yeah.
That'll keep you going,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about what you guys are going to be doing out there for the tailgate. Are you going to be tailgating this Saturday?
Oh, yeah. We'll be tailgating. Ranger Creek is still our beer sponsor. They've been sponsoring
Shout out
us.
Dennis.
Yeah. They've been sponsoring us since day one, going back to 2016. So they'll be our beer sponsor.
You gonna have the SA Lager or what?
SA Lager, and then I'm trying to get
Star
mix it.
Trooper.
Ooh, you got Ranger Creek?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sky Trooper, hopefully we'll have.
Yeah.
And then even I want to try their new Laguna Madre. They just
Oh
released.
yeah, it's like a Belgian.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a solid. I had a 6-pack of that not too long ago. It's a
Now
solid
y'all
beer.
got me salivating over here,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, Ranger Creek. I mean, their distillery, there's top notch, but their brewery on the brewery side, man, they just got a really good brewer over from Freetail as well, and they're gonna be killing it. They already do. But like I said, shout out Dennis. That dude's crazy. I love him. Gives the best tours in the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranger
Before that.
Creek
Yeah.
actually had their Tricentennial whiskey come out. If you're part of the whiskey club, we got it. Me and my buddy got it in the summertime, and it was great, dude.
Bust it out, man.
It was
Yeah,
great.
that's
It's gone now,
Oh,
dude. It
come
was
on.
so good. All we have left is the bottle.
That's a sipper. That's a sipper.
That was the one with the Sugar Skull logo, right?
Yes, sir. It
Yeah,
sure
that one-
was.
That one is. I have not opened my bottle yet, and that one is sitting on a shelf at my house.
The Tricentennial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ranger Creek also makes one of the best old fashions that I ever had in the city, man.
Yeah, they got a great bar crew up there. They're always really nice when we have a tour come through. They're always super professional. Even though some of the tours are people are been drinking all day.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they show up and they're
We're
trying
drinking
to be
right now.
professional and quiet and give tours and stuff, and they're always just like, hey man, we'll see you next Saturday.
Well, I can't see the screen above me, but are the Spurs winning?
6-7-64. Washington is driving. Looks like Westbrook.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
See, the screen is situated behind me, so I can't see that because I had to come over here and hit stream, the stream button, and then run over here and sit down. So I couldn't.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. So I can't see the screen, and I don't want to look at the tablet the whole time because that would be rude.
This is kind of like a must-win, honestly, right? Because
They're already in the 10th spot, you know,
Yeah.
so they're going to be in the play-in tourney. 7, 8 are gonna have to play each other, and then 9 and 10 will play each other, which the Spurs are guaranteed at least a 10th spot. Now the only issue is since they are the 10th seed, they have to play on the road, and it looks like more than likely that they're going to match up against the Golden State Warriors. But and that's if they don't flip-flop. Right now the Spurs are the 9th seed, Golden State's a 10th seed. Golden State's only behind us by half a game, so anything can happen during that time, and you don't want to play on the road against Golden State.
Right.
I'd rather take my chances against somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, what if the Lakers keep losing? Could they fall down into that Golden State?
That's going to be too far down. I think
too
right
far
now the
down.
Lakers are probably going to be solidified at their position. I believe they're either 5 or 6 at this point in time.
I was thinking 6.
Yeah, so they can probably wind up going back up a little bit. I think they'll make some headway once LeBron gets healthy and back with the team again. He was already working out. They showed him running around full stride and everything. So
They're just saving him.
It's
getting ready.
exactly.
I mean, what is he, like 34, 35?
yeah, I think he's on the age of 35 now.
35?
35.
I mean, yeah, you got to
A
save that
spry
body,
35
man.
at
yeah,
that.
absolutely. He's been in the league since 03 or 04. I mean,
Yeah,
you got a lot of miles just in the playoffs
a
alone.
lot of
like,
mileage.
Kind of like Tim Duncan. I mean, he played like an extra 2 seasons because of the playoffs alone.
And because Coach Pop would rest them a lot, he
Mhm.
he learned that right away. If you want your veterans to be around for a little bit, you got to start resting. And he did that 2 games ago. He rested some of his vets, and they got fined again. But I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Well, the Lakers, they picked up that big center to match up with Jokic out of Denver, and it seems like that guy's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And then their point guard got hurt, so it's kind of like what's going to happen with them. But you got to start looking at Phoenix.
Oh, they're
man,
legit.
Chris Paul, what does he do to teams? He just turns them into
He's a floor general. He's a leader, and basically that's what the Phoenix Suns were missing. They had a good nucleus of young talent.
Yeah.
You have Devin Booker, one of the better players in all the league right now, but they're just missing that continuity. They're missing that floor general to kind of bring the team together, and that's one of the things that Chris Paul is so good at. He's such a good teammate because he'll go out there and he starts calling people out and he starts holding them accountable, and it makes them play better. He does it out of a place of love. He wants to make you better because if you get better as an individual, the team gets better, and we've seen what they've been able to do.
Yeah, he could definitely. I could see him being a head coach, kind of like Steve Nash.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
could definitely see him taking maybe a year off, assessing the teams, and being out there, maybe coaching his son or something like that. I know his son's a baller.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that's something you could look forward to. But it just blows me away. Like, I'm not an everyday NBA guy, but I do watch. I always watch. I at Twitter, I check out the scores every day, and it was just really interesting to see me. I was like, the Suns?
Yeah.
The Suns? Like, yeah, you're used to seeing those guys almost last in the West for the past, since Nash left.
Oh yeah,
Stoudemire,
it's been like that for years. They've been notoriously been tanking. They're not even trying to hide the fact. They're just blatantly tanking.
Yeah.
And they're building up. They built up a plethora of draft picks, and we see them in the top 5, top 3, all the time in the NBA draft. And now, not so much. They're like, you know what? Now I think we got a decent enough team. Let's see what we can do with Chris Paul, because basically Chris Paul's. This is probably going to be one of his last runs.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, these athletes these days, they have the best training regimens. I mean, you see it in soccer. Abramovich or whatever his name is, he played with the Galaxy. Now he's back over in his home country. That dude is like, I think he's lying. He's probably in his late 40s. Like,
he's old.
Yeah, it's these guys. They have the ability to keep playing.
No doubt.
Yeah.
They're just because they condition their bodies so well because they play at such a high level.
Yeah.
And not only that, after the season's over, they just continue to work out, take care of themselves. A lot of them have their own personal chefs. I mean, I would want my own chef too, My wife's cooking ain't all that, so.
She can't hear us, right?
Oh, she can. If she can, it's okay. She knows I love her,
Yeah, Should be throwing a chancla at you or
Yeah,
something.
possibly, dude. The only thing she knows how to cook good is bean and cheese. You know,
Oh,
that's
man.
about it.
Yeah. My wife, shout out Jess. She's from Mexico. She can throw it down. She knows what's up. in the kitchen.
It's all about the tortilla, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She doesn't like to make them scratch, but she can. And when I know it's a special day when she's got the little thing on the kitchen.
The comal.
counter. Yeah, it's going. It's working all day.
Oh man, you eating good? Then that means you're gonna have to start working out a lot more.
Oh,
You're gonna
man.
get a little soft like me.
I got a 5K coming up for Rough Diamond Brewery on the 29th.
Oh, nice,
So
dude.
I'll be training for that. It's just a 5K, but still, it keeps my bones moving. You know.
Yeah, you got to keep moving always,
Yeah,
dude.
I golf, but that's not really a workout. It's a little 12-ounce curls. You know.
That's the secret. Everybody wonders, what do they get out of golfing?
Yeah.
You just hanging out with your boys. You're on the
Yeah.
golf course smoking a cigar,
Yeah.
drinking on a beautiful Sunday, Saturday,
Or Monday.
early tea time. Yeah, you get an early tea time. You got the whole day to do some day drinking, man.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah.
And they give you the keys to the golf cart.
Yeah. Well, for me, golf is more like just I'm in real estate as well, and real estate is insane right now. And then craft cruisers just getting back going, so it's more of just a release for me.
Yeah.
And hanging out with the boys is a plus, but as a real estate agent, I try to get out there and just golf with just random people. I'll just jump in your group. I'm that guy. I'll just be like, "Hey guys, how y'all
I'm
doing
coming
today?"
through. I'm coming through.
Let me jump on here. Here's my card. you know?
And you want to take a little bet on this hole right here?
Yeah.
See, I can't speak about golf. I haven't touched a golf club since high school when I attempted to get on the golf team, and like I said, it was an attempt.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a rough sport, man. You can just have a fantastic drive, and then right after that, you're like 140 yards away from the cup. You're like, oh, I got this, and just shank it, and you're like, why do I do this to myself? You know?
Yeah, that's what happens when the beer starts to hit, man.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, that's just my experience. There's a lot of guys that put it right on the green. You know?
Yeah, we should take you over to Top Golf, Stuart. Let's see what you got on your swing,
I'm
dude.
terrible at that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't swing. It's bad. I think I've done Top Golf twice, and I'm just
There for the beer.
Yeah.
Do you make it to any of the holes there?
Yeah, I score some points.
Okay.
But it's like I'll come dead last in my group. Like, it's not pretty.
Oh man, you're that guy.
Yeah.
So you're buying everybody beers.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there just to have fun. Like, I'll go to the golf course, but like I said, I haven't been, but I would go just to hang out with my friend. That's why I did it. And then once it came time for them to start cutting people, I was like, all right, guys, I'll see y'all later.
Right. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had fun messing around with y'all for right now, but
I was going to talk to you too. I wanted to get back to talking about San Antonio FC because I got an email. I don't know if I can look it up here, but they had the schedule of what was going to happen throughout the season. And I saw some nights there that were pretty cool. They had like Mexican Heritage Night. They had $2 the next game, not this game, but the next game is going to be $2 hot dog night.
yeah.
They had a fireworks night. And what else did they have? They had another themed night. It was a family night. I remember that.
Yeah, I know they have
The military nights, they always have those.
they have like a hero appreciation night,
Yeah.
where they're gonna try to shed some light or represent for the firefighters, EMS, cops, and stuff. Those,
Yeah, first responders.
yeah, those that have been really pivotal, especially like EMS and hospital workers during COVID. Try to just really shine the light on what they've provided for the community. And I know they have some Viva nights, but there's still
Yeah, the Viva Nights.
nobody really knows what those are about.
I don't know what it is. It sounded kind of like fiesta. Like it's going to be a fiesta night or what?
No, they haven't even on that email that I saw, because I got the same one. It was like Viva Night, details to come, if I'm not mistaken. So they're still keeping it close to the chest on what a Viva Night actually means. But they did, and I think you and someone else tagged us on Twitter for the copyright registration that the Spurs or SSNE
Oh
did
yeah.
for that new badge with the Fiesta colors. So
Yeah, when
Yeah.
is Fiesta this year?
it's during the summer.
It's like June or something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. It's like during one of the hottest months that we have.
On delay.
So if you're eating tortilla and you go out there, you're gonna lose some weight, dude.
Yeah,
you're gonna
man.
sweat it out.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be sweating beer in this city during the summer. Maybe they should just keep it like that.
No,
No?
I would rather they move Fiesta to October.
Oh,
That would be chef's kiss, dude, because you
Yeah.
can go out and actually enjoy it.
yeah.
Go out and walk around in a shirt, t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah,
Not have to be sweating through it, Your dry fit's not going to be getting a little musty, you know?
Craft Cruiser, we always have like personal shuttles and stuff for that.
Yeah.
And personally, I've been here 11 years, never been to Fiesta.
Wow.
I've always worked it.
You haven't had the chicken on a stick.
I've always worked it, man. People call us up and they're like, hey, can we have a group of 40? You can pick us up. We'll take us down there and pick us up later. Yeah, I'll do that, that kind of thing. So it looks fun. I have a 3-year-old now, so maybe we'll do some kid-oriented stuff. But I don't know about the drinking till 2.
You're doing the King William Fair then with the kid.
Yeah,
I got you.
That stuff sounds fun, yeah.
See, I'm San Antonio born and raised, and I have never been to Fiesta.
Whoa.
Yeah, for me, it's just, I'm not, overpriced beers aren't my thing, typically.
It's the atmosphere, man.
Overpriced Bud Light isn't my thing.
Ooh.
I want one of those things that girls put on their heads. The flower.
You want a halo is what it is. You want a halo.
I'll walk around with one of those for a day.
I'll find one at Walmart when they release them.
If it's an SAFC one, you can wear that.
I want one made by like one of the older ladies on the St. Mary's Strip or something, like authentic.
Well, one of my friends, Nick, was posting on Facebook his get-up for Fiesta, and he was wearing an adult onesie, a short one, and with cowboy boots. Yeah, and he was like, what do y'all think about this? I'm like, no, bro. I know he's just playing around, but, I mean, you never know. You get a little couple beers in him, he might actually do that.
Yeah.
He's be one of those friends that'll embarrass you.
So what's the place to the north side? Like, I've seen people lined up all the way up and down.
It's just a good collaboration. Like, they have some of the better, I guess, eateries around town.
Oh, okay.
They get together and they just have like such good food that's available there. You're gonna get your ritzier places come out, kind of showcase what they can do, and people
like
just
all you can eat or what?
Yeah, of course you got to go and buy tickets and stuff, man. Come on now, you know better than that.
I mean,
it's all about making money.
But I've seen people lined up all the way to 1604 on Stone Oak, just waiting to get in. I'm like,
it's good eats, dude. It's a good event to go to, and just because it's kind of eclectic as far as what they offer as your flavorings of food, and beer, wine, that kind of stuff. You're not gonna find too much chicken on a stick there. That's more for us blue collar people. So you got a little bit of money, you go over there, taste of the north side. You got to drink your drinks with your pinky up. Shout out to you, Clint Proctor. He's a Texas Tech Red Raider, so he always says pinkies up.
Yeah. There you go. How do you like that beer, man?
It's good beer, man.
It's
I
easy,
gotta say.
When I told you, I'll take a little more if there's any.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
You gotta let these type of beers breathe. So like, if you're out there and you're new to craft beer and you're trying to drink porters and stouts, and don't just go at it and let it drink it all cold. You want to let it breathe. You want to let it open up a little bit, get all the flavors out there. But these aren't the type of beers you want to drink on that tailgate on Saturday.
Oh, dude. Definitely not.
Pilsners and lagers and hefts and any kind of like light Belgian beers and stuff like that, because you get some 13.1s, there might be like a riot going on.
No, they Ranger Creek tried to give us, or they did give us, Dark Side of the Hop one year.
Man.
No.
Some people tried it. They, it was, it's not, I had to tell them other guys, I can't do Dark Side.
That's their Black Pilsner, right?
Black IPA.
Black IPA, that's right. Yeah,
what was the alcohol proof on that one?
Oh, man, I can't remember. I want to say it's like in the 8s.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard ABV, but it's just more of like, you don't need to drink IPAs for 5 hours.
Yeah.
No.
Unless you're a serious craft guy that can really handle it. But if you're Susie out there with your friends hanging out, you don't need to drink 4 IPAs, 5 IPAs.
The SA Lager will do me just fine.
Absolutely.
Goes good with the Kielbasa sausage, man.
And the crawfish, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
They pair really well, and one of the things I've been pitching on Twitter and trying to get them to kind of do is do a 210 Ale Alliance.
Oh, hey, I like that.
If they'll make a new beer and name it after us, because up in Austin, which Circle did Austin Anthem Ale.
Yeah.
Over in Houston, Eureka Heights, who sponsors the Surge, Ryan's supporter group out there.
Yeah.
They did the Citrus Surge. So they have, that's the biggest thing right now is the collaboration beers between the supporter groups and their beer sponsors. So I'm trying to hopefully get Ranger Creek on board. Man,
you got so many people here that go to the supporters group and they support, you got your local craft breweries here, man. Yeah. Somebody has to step up and say, you know what, let's go and make a 210 Alliance Ale or something.
I think we should take all the supporters to a certain brewery and just have them buy a whole lot of beer, and then show them our support, and maybe potentially they can say, oh yeah, definitely, I can organize something like that. I'm pretty good at that.
I'm on board.
If they don't make you one, I'd be going to try to and brew my own. I'm already got something on the fermenter over here. I got to bottle that
Did you name
tomorrow.
it yet?
Yeah, man, that's going to be the TD21 beer that I'm making in honor of Tim Duncan.
His birthday just passed.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, man.
How old did he turn?
45.
Oh man, the golden. He's in his prime.
Yeah.
He can still
He
dominate the league, probably.
He looks like he could still ball, man. He looks like he'd still ball.
I don't know if he could still ball, but I mean, I don't think he wants to ball.
Nah, he's enjoying the retirement life now.
He's got those kids. They're probably like teenagers by now, right?
No, he got a daughter now. That's
a young one.
She's a young one, dude.
Wow.
He just had her a couple years ago, so she's probably like maybe 3 years old now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on the road your whole life and your kids' lives pass you by, and then you have time to take off. As a father, I would definitely not want to play anymore. He's secure financially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Take care of that family.
Enjoy life, man. Go on family vacations.
When he started coaching that last year, I kind of questioned that, honestly. Maybe it was just like
he did that for Coach Pop. Coach Pop probably called him up and told him.
He probably lost a bet.
No, Coach Pop, he had lost his wife, and
yeah, for sure.
It was hard for him, trying to come back and all this. And I think really he probably just reached out to him and said, "Man, I need you."
That's what family's for.
Exactly, dude. So he's like, "I got you, man." He just came out and did him a solid, and he's like, "I'm not coaching this season. You can't bring me back one more year."
Right.
Even though Spurs fans wanted him to take the helm, but one of the people who kind of the big three that kind of surprises me, that I think will devil into the coaching scene sooner or later, is none other than Manu Ginobili.
Absolutely, man. He's got that personality.
Yeah.
And he was always a leader, even from the bench.
Yeah.
So like I was talking about it earlier, leadership. That's a number one for me. You can be out of shape, you can shoot a funny three, whatever. But if you're a leader, it's kind of like Patty Mills right now. You know what I mean? He's been struggling a little bit, but he's a general. He's a floor leader. Everybody knows when he steps on the court. But like, I don't know. Him stepping up to that center, just wanting to
he don't back down.
Yeah.
The dude swims with sharks, man.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that type of person. I mean, like I said, he's been struggling, but I'm still a Patty Mills guy,
Pop's going to go with his vets regardless of what other people think, and that's one of the things we talked about on this episode that we did over the weekend, the 100th episode, and I did another one with my friend Noah. We're talking about lineups. It was the same thing. Spurs fans get perturbed with Coach Pop because they want him to play the younger lineups, and why is he going with his vets? And it's at the end of the day, it's because that's what he was trained to do. The people who came before him that he looks up to as far as his mentors, which were, Nelly, Don Nelson, they kind of instilled that upon him. You go with your vets for better or for worse. You go with these guys. They got you to the promised land. You're going to go with them until, like my friend Jeff Garcia says, they're ready for the glue factory. You're going to run the wheels off of them.
For sure.
And it is what it is on that end. And at the same time, I understand the frustration with Spurs fans. It's because it's new to them. They're not used to the team losing or having this type of record. They're used to them being a contender, going and vying for a championship over, the last almost 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Just until recently is when they kind of, didn't make the playoffs this last season, kind of struggled again. It happens just like with SAFC. They went through their struggles as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like about this team this season is you see that they actually were able to put things together during a pandemic, come together as a team, and you have, for the most part, most of these players returning.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about their cohesiveness, how well they gel together coming back for this upcoming season. I expect them to actually come out and be a lot better out there on the field, and put together hopefully another not a championship run, but maybe, going in and playing deeper into the playoffs, than last season.
Yeah, that's one of the people within SAFC. The supporters, we've been having meetings with them, and he was telling us that last year's team was good. This team is last year's team on steroids, and the style of play, like you don't want to miss like the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of trying to get everyone into the stadium well ahead of time, giving the team that energy, because if it's going to be a fast-paced action, then they're going to thrive off of the atmosphere that we provide as supporters and fans of the team.
Well,
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
really goes back to what I was talking about the defense. So in
Yeah.
the first 15 minutes, if you can push and put 40 to 60% of your energy out and get that extra, that quick goal, and you have that solid back line, you can really push the envelope like you're talking about in the first 15 minutes. And I played a little collegiate soccer or whatnot, but we always try to hold back. We didn't want to conceive. We'd never want to give up the first goal.
Yeah.
But with the thought process of this manager, I really, really, really think he's on the right track with that. I mean, we go out and score early, keep the energy up with that solid back line. We're gonna be good. I mean, draws, I hate them, but we don't play for draws here. So I really think if you get that early goal, we can have a pretty successful team.
Yeah, I have confidence in this team only because I think, like I said, they played together last season, and I think playing through that pandemic actually brings you closer together.
Yeah.
I mean, you're awfully close with these guys, and everybody's going through the same thing. You're worried about your families and whatnot, but you still got to keep your head straight and be able to produce out there on the field, and having the right coach to get the, I guess, most out of his players during that time. It says a lot about this whole unit and how they were able to come together as a whole team.
Yeah.
And I just want to see that type of energy transfer into this upcoming season. That's why I'm excited to go out there and actually see some of these games,
Yeah, it's going to be nice. The first 5 games right now are limited capacity, and so you got to get your tickets early if you want to make sure you got a seat in the stadium. And then all the supporters will be in the Bud Light bunker.
Oh,
area.
yeah.
So that'll be a nice little, continuation of like how last year was.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good to have everyone back, and
It's right there by the goal post.
yeah, we're gonna, we'll have smoke popping over there.
Oh,
after goals and celebrating and beer showers and.
It'll
all
be
that.
interesting to see if they win the flip if they come to our side,
Yeah.
first, or if they go second half. It's always interesting to me to see that decision.
Well, my favorite part about going over there and being part of the supporters is being able to heckle
Oh yeah.
the players on the other team, man. Some of them really take offense to it, though.
Yeah, because they research their girlfriends and their moms.
Yeah, one of the nice little things is, so in the early days of 210, we had this nice little corner of the bunker,
Yeah.
where,
The set pieces were.
yeah, right where that corner's, and so we were right on top of them, and we heard through members of the organization that, people hated us because of the thing, not what we were saying, but because of how close we were, and
Yeah.
it was
With the players.
intimidating.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level, and so that corner, the past couple seasons, they had that corner were kind of restricted off because they wanted to do like a military appreciation thing, which that's
They're great seats, though.
Yeah.
They're fantastic seats.
but I think-
Good view of the field,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
yeah. So I think that corner is going to be back open again, so you'll be right on top of the players on that corner again. But
So how are y'all gonna do the march? Because when they used to, past season, Joe went in through the backside.
so we can't, for COVID regulation or protocol, we can't do a march right now.
Wow.
But it's going to be, it'll be interesting. It'll be
Yeah.
nice, but it's just, a matter of getting the tailgate broken down and then not marching together, but not officially marching together, but
Yeah.
close
Showing an
proximity.
alliance.
Yeah.
Walking together, but social distancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We should have like a COVID vaccinations place set up right
Right?
there for
Yeah.
anybody.
Fully vaccinated scene.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think LAFC is doing. They have a fully vaccinated section at their stadium. So
I'll be there. I've been fully vaccinated.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm halfway
Blessed.
there.
They should pipe the music, though, through the stadium
No.
as you all are walking,
Well, like, because they're just gonna like go into the bunker because it's right there by the entrance.
Yeah.
It's not that big, but one of the nice aspects of the bunker section is just sound reverberates
Yeah.
and goes
Oh,
through.
yeah.
And
I can
so
see that. Yeah.
it sounds with the drums over there, the chanting, using the metal cans to drum on the railing.
Kind of like the Astros and the
Yeah,
trash
it's-
cans.
Oh, shots fired.
It'll just be sound just reverberates and just sounds and looks really good from every other aspect. So it's nice having Mission City over in the bunker with us. Crocketeers will be in the bunker with us. So if you had the people that had season tickets in 118, 118 is now converted to a regular section,
Yeah.
and so all this, if you had season tickets over there, they all been converted to bunker tickets, and so it'll be a nice little deviation, but it's gonna be a real big positive from the supporter and the game day atmosphere.
Yeah, one of the things that I love so much about going to these games at the Toyota Field is if you get the right evening where it's not too hot, that sun sets, and you're just sitting there and you're just you have a beer in your hand, you're watching the game, you get a little breeze come across the field.
It's heaven.
Man, it's heaven, dude.
It really is. It's a beautiful stadium. It was ahead of its time, but when it was built, it really is.
Yeah.
The Spurs are down by a point, 53 seconds left. Just drove. Westbrook's pushing. Yeah, going into the fourth quarter, down by 1.
Nice, man. Hopefully they can pull it out, dude. I'm trying to watch the game, but I can't.
It looks like pretty competitive. Is Washington going to make the playoffs?
Not the 76ers. The what are they? The Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards.
They're I don't believe they're in playoff contention.
It surprises me because they have Westbrook and Beal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but surprisingly enough, you got the Knicks at the number 4 spot in the East, man. Who would have thought?
Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They picked up some pretty good free agents. They had that cat from New Orleans, Randall, right?
Oh, Julius Randle. Yeah.
And he was out of Duke. He was second or third pick overall.
Yeah.
And now he was moved on from a couple of different teams. He must be a character issue, but that guy's balling. And Tibbs, man, military style. And Derrick Rose coming off the bench. He's averaging like 23 points.
Tibbs and D Rose.
Dude, it's never gonna stop.
I want to see D Rose keep on going, dude. He's amazing, man.
The first couple of years of D Rose were just like a dream for a basketball player. I would think, being from Chicago, living and playing there, I bet he loved it. And then the knee injuries just piled up.
It's because of the way they play. He played a lot like Allen Iverson did in his heyday.
Or D Wade.
Yeah, man. They just go in there and they don't care about their bodies and they just fly in there. They just fall on the ground, and that continuous, impact over time, it just eats away at your knees,
I want to say Rose actually hurt himself non-contact in the playoffs. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was non-contact, man. But
came down.
Yep, it's all the wear and tear on those knees, man.
But that's like what happened to Parker.
Oh yeah,
whenever he went down
with Houston, dude, playing in that game with Houston, he just was running and boom.
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to ask you, what do you think Mano's going to be like an NBA coach, or do you think he's going to start lower or international, or?
Oh man, it's a toss up. He has to have the want to coach, and I think he has that itch where he might want to try it. And I think once he tries it, he's going to like it. Yeah. But he has to start somewhere. To me, if you ask me, what my gut tells me, I think if he wants to go ahead and coach, he's probably going to wind up coaching for his hometown, or his country, of Argentina. Yeah. And seeing how that goes. Maybe coach the national team or something of that nature. Maybe be in a competition with Coach Pop, in the Olympics or something. That would be pretty damn cool. I'm not going to lie.
I think those are all established, though, already, all those coaches and stuff. But that would be cool.
I mean, he can always have a small role with the team. I'm sure they're not going to turn him away if he wants to come in through, through the door and through the practice and impart some of his knowledge, There's always a place for Manu there. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I just kind of think that if he wants to start somewhere, he'll probably start in his own country of Argentina, maybe, trying to make an impact on the younger generation, the kids and stuff coming up, kind of impart his knowledge on them and see what he can do with them. Maybe he'll work with some of the high school level kids and before they start going pro, because I know they have so many programs out there in Argentina and around the EuroLeague in general, where they start these kids real young. Yeah. I mean, super young, and that's all they do. That's all they know for their whole lives is
Luka.
Yeah, they just go into these little basketball camps that they have, and they just stay there. And they just, as they get better, they move them to different camps. And before you know it, they come over here to the NBA, And they're like, where did this kid come from? Well, he's been playing all his life, It's no mistake that he's this good.
Mano Ginobili. What did Stern call him?
Ginobili.
Ginobili, yeah.
Like he was Italian.
Yeah.
Ginobili. Just like that part from, was that Christmas Story? Fragile.
Yeah, that was like a gold rush for the European players around that time.
Oh yeah, one of the first European players that I ever remember playing that actually made some waves here, way back in probably the late '80s. Sarunas Marciulionis, man, for the Golden State Warriors. If you don't know the name, go look up the highlights, man. The dude was legit, and I hated him because he was so good. And the Golden State Warriors with Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. They pushed the Spurs out of the playoffs, and I wasn't a fan of them, but damn it, you got to respect their game, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Mullins was one of the better shooters that they had.
What about Supersonics? The Gary Payton and
Sean Camp.
And Shrimp, Detlef Shrimp.
Oh, Detlef Shrimp.
Was
Yeah,
he-
came in over from the Indiana Pacers. Yeah,
But he was European, wasn't
yeah, he was a European
Yeah.
player as well.
he? And then the Pacers center. His kids
Yeah.
his kid's a Pacer. now,
Sabonis.
too. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Sabonis. It's his son Sabonis, but I'm trying to remember.
It was like number 45 with Reggie. He would always go against Patrick Ewing. I forgot his name. I hate when
I know
forget
who you're
people's-
talking about.
like a-
Real tall guy.
Yeah, he's their center.
Yeah.
It was like Mims or Sims or something like that.
Yeah, I can't
Dang.
remember the name of him, dude.
Dang
Can't
it,
remember
I
his
hate when
name
I
right
do
now.
that.
But I know who you're talking about. I can see the guy. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are that talking about the Knicks, like think about that. That's been that long since the Knicks were relevant. Since
No,
the
man,
90s,
it's
the
been
Pacers,
a long
Knicks,
time.
Orlando Magic, Bulls, East Coast kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
It has a lot to do with their owner, man.
yeah,
Dolan
yeah.
isn't the best owner in the NBA.
Yeah,
A lot of people want him gone.
The Knicks are relevant. We still don't know their lineup. I mean, you might.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
can't even tell you off the top of my head. But the thing with the Knicks though is that they've been getting the most out of the pieces that they have.
Yeah.
Kind of like what the Spurs are trying to do, but everybody's got to buy in. You know, and that's the hard part is you have these younger players who have great athletic ability, show a lot of promise, but at the end of the day, they just don't have a lot of experience. Coach Pop isn't going to really play them because he goes with his vets.
Yeah.
So if you want these younger players to get better, you got to give them some run.
Yeah.
And right now, there's not a lot of minutes to go around.
Yeah.
So it is what it is on that end. Hopefully, they can pull things together. Did they get the win?
No, you got 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's 95-101.
Oh,
Westbrook's shooting free throws right now.
There we go.
Why is he wearing number 4? Like, Westbrook
knows,
is just
man?
such a unique individual. You know what I mean?
Maybe they ran out of the number. The number he won was already taken.
Is zero?
It's Arenas was 0,
Oh,
and they
Yeah.
unofficially retired it.
yeah.
Well, that's a waste of a retirement.
Agent Zero.
Yeah,
That was a waste of a retirement. I mean, come on.
yeah, like they can't put him in the rafters. From like the things I've read is that they can't like really retire him because he's such a controversial figure post leaving the league.
If he could have gotten over himself and left his ego out of the whole equation.
and his gun at home.
Yeah, that too. That too. You don't want to pull your gun out. Somebody owes you money when you were playing some poker, whatever it is. It's neither here nor there, but if he would have just gotten himself in check, man, that team could have maybe
Yeah.
have done something, but there was a lot of turmoil going on. And that's the thing that happens, with these NBA players is you get the wrong type of player and the wrong personality. It ruins the whole thing.
That's another Nick Spreewell.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same
Latrell,
kid.
man.
Yeah, he had a bad personality.
Oh, he's the one that choked out. What's his name? PJ Clarissimo, man.
Yeah.
Van Gundy
That's-
was all on his legs and stuff like that.
Mhm,
Was that
yeah.
Van Gundy?
Yeah, Van Gundy. He was with Van Gundy when they were playing against the Spurs in 1999.
Yeah.
Van Gundy was the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were over there with Allen Houston.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing was out with injury.
Starks.
Starks, yeah.
Who was Hardaway? Was Hardaway? No, he was
No,
on the
he
Knicks.
was in the
Who
Knicks.
who was their backup guard? Their backup guard was a gritty dude, tiny dude. I'll
Trying
think
to
of it. It'll
remember.
come to me when I'm walking out tonight. It'll be like,
You just remembered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that-
Go ahead.
That's way back for me. Like I remember watching that game at a truck stop with my dad in Arkansas because he drove 18-wheelers and it broke down, and so we were watching the game while his truck was getting fixed. So I had to call my cousin like collect to celebrate. Like, yo, we
Go
won.
celebrate. Go downtown. Go honking.
Yeah, he was like, dude, everyone's honking in the neighborhood. I was like, I'm here in Arkansas. Like, sucks.
that's pretty much what made my wife and I fall in love with the city. Was the last championship. Just
Oh,
like
in
being a part of
2014.
it. Yeah, being a
Yeah.
part of it in the city and just seeing all the shirt vendors pop up on every corner of the city.
yeah.
Like everybody just.
You got to get the shirt, man,
Yeah,
that says
just-
Selena on it, dude.
Just everybody was just, the city was electric that year, and
Yeah.
we went honking, and we just had a great time.
Yeah, one of my favorite shirts that I like was the one that they still wear it now, and I haven't found the street vendor who sells it, but it's a shirt that's coined in the phrase of what is it called? Sons of Anarchy, and it says Sons of Popovich, and I like that, man. I was like, if I see that, I'm gonna get one.
I bought I want some nasty
Oh yeah.
T-shirt. I want some nasty.
Some nasty, yeah. All those things are always going around. They got vendors all over the South Side, man. Just go up and down
Yeah.
when the Spurs are in the playoffs, and you'll
Yeah.
find something, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start bringing this thing to a close. But before we start bringing it to a close, where can they go ahead and follow you guys, the 210 Alliance, on social media?
So for 210, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at 210 Alliance. And then our Twitter is Alliance_210. Super weird complications with Twitter and them hating us. But shout out to Harry for creating my backup account and giving me that login information so that we can get back on Twitter. I appreciate it if you're watching or listening. But that's where you can find us on social media on all three.
Cool. And what about you, SA Craft Cruisers, man?
Man, I'm trying to find it, honestly. I don't know any of my social media stuff. I should have taken notes. Don't ever follow me on Twitter because everything I say on there is ridiculous. So it's most acronyms.
Now I want to follow you on Twitter, man.
It's a lot of acronyms towards the Mets and other stuff because I'm a big baseball guy. Just Dan Ward Realtor on Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of me if you want to tell me who the backup guard for the
99 Knicks.
99 Knicks. Yeah. I think Dylan Emery just texted me, so maybe he's probably got that answer, I would assume.
Dylan probably knows.
Yeah. He goes way back with the Spurs, so.
Yeah, so there you go. So make sure you go and follow Dan. Make sure you go and follow Stuart. Besides the 210 Alliance, you have your own personal Twitter account.
Yes. I think it's Stuart Ransom, I think.
You got to tell us, man. We don't know these things.
Yeah. I've been using it for so long, I forget what it is. And
everybody always forgets their Twitter handle when they come out.
Man, I don't want nobody to know mine, honestly. I say some really extreme stuff on there that, as a real estate agent, I shouldn't be saying because I just get fired up when it comes to I'm a big Nationals fan, so the Mets and the Nationals for me is as good as it gets.
Well, I'm a big Red Sox fan, been like that.
That's respectable. Yeah, but before they started winning, I was really respectable.
No,
but they're cheaters too, you know that, right?
Yeah, not as bad as Houston.
Hey,
but one of my friends, Sir James, he has his radio show going on over in Corpus Christi on the weekends. I told him that. I said, "Did we ever forget what happened with the Houston Astros and the trash cans?" He goes, "The banners still stand."
Yeah, that's true. And Juan Soto's baseball in the World Series Game 5 is still sitting on the railroad tracks up there too.
Oh, okay.
I know that for a fact. It's still sitting there. They're salty about that game. It was bottom of the 8th. We were down by 3. It was 2-1. Soto ties it up. We go on to win. Rest is everybody knows the rest.
Yeah, and we know what happened with the Rangers. So
yeah.
1 out away, man. 1 out away.
Oh, a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Josh Hamilton day.
I didn't feel sorry for him.
Yeah. Man, the Rangers, I mean, that was a roller coaster those early years with those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and look what they did with Odor. I mean, they let their leader walk. And then now he's over there with the Yankees. He's going to be captain of the team and just what came on. You know? It's crazy to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things, great moments that happen in MLB history, and even with the Cubbies. Remember the heartbreak the Cubbies suffered as well.
I mean, they had
before they won it all. They had some heartbreak.
100 and I want to say 5 or 6 years.
Should have just let the damn goat enter the damn stadium, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Baseball to me is got so much history to it, and how Madison Bumgarner didn't get a no hitter on his record yesterday. They only allow you to pitch 7 innings in that game, and no one got a hit. So how's that not a no-hitter? The rules need to evolve with the changing times and the new rules.
Yeah.
Like the unwritten rules of baseball, we need to drink 5 of those
There's
beers.
a lot of tradition instilled with baseball. That's the issue.
Yeah.
You know, these traditions, they don't want them to be broken.
Right.
You know, so I get it. It's kind of like golf, you know. It's one of these things that happens, you know.
Yeah.
You have all these traditions that you don't want to break away from, because then you have the fans that want change, then the ones that don't. And the ones that don't usually have the money to pay for the tickets.
Yeah.
So you don't want to upset those people.
So do you feel like Madison got a complete game no-hitter yesterday?
I felt like he did, man. But
me too.
It's the rules.
But it's not in the books, though. It's crazy to me. It just fires me up.
They took it away from the guy.
Yeah.
You know, he put in the work.
No one got a hit. The game ended. So it's like, what happened? It's a 7-inning game with no hits. It's not a no-hitter. Okay. I don't get it, but whatever. That's 1903 talk right there. You know what I mean? Like it's 2021. Yeah. Like evolve baseball, and I mean like how Tatis is making everything just flair,
No.
him doing the no thing to Bauer, like baseball needs that, as
yeah.
a everyday seam head guy. I record games. That's how much I love baseball. I record them, I'll watch them, and it's just like for me, I don't need it, but for I'm a passerby basketball guy, so passerby baseball guy loves this Padres Dodgers stuff going on right now,
Oh,
So-
man, Padres.
See, for me, I rep the Padres a little bit because my brother lives in California. Oh, he lives in San Diego.
Yeah.
So my first live baseball game, not counting missions, was a Padres game, and it was like Star Wars night, and they had
nice, dude.
They had the Oktoberfest, and San Diego is like craft beer mecca.
Oh,
so
man, dude.
it was.
It really
Oktoberfest has to be my favorite type of beer, dude.
So it was a great atmosphere.
Were they selling Sam Adams?
It was
San Diego. San Diego is known for their craft beer. They probably have like 150 breweries in like 3-mile radius.
I want to
it's
try all
insane.
those Oktoberfest
Yeah,
beers.
Well, go there in August, September, October. Yeah, so around August they'll start popping up all around there. So.
Yeah, like San Diego is beautiful. I love it, and my brother, I can't say enough about what he's introduced to me on the beer scene. But he took me to a Padres game when I helped him move out there, and it's
Why didn't you drink any of this beer?
just
It's too complex for you?
no, not even that.
I don't think he's a stout guy, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an acquired taste, man.
Next time I get invited, I'll bring some seltzers for you or something like that.
Or ale? You're an ale guy?
IPAs and sours.
Okay.
That's where.
That's what Jester King does.
Yeah.
That's what they're made. They just started making IPAs and stuff like that, but they do a lot.
Yeah,
of
the sours are good too, man.
Sour.
They're
Good
light,
sour.
refreshing. Everybody likes a good sour. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, next time we're going to have another discussions, and we'll have some more refreshments here.
Oh man, I got you on that.
Yeah, dude, it'd be fun.
You've probably got plenty of connections with
Oh,
Ranger
yeah.
too, but that's one thing about owning Craft Cruiser. I pretty much know everybody in town. I have a pretty good rapport with everybody in town. So if you ever want to, have any of those guys on, let me know.
Yeah, man,
they'll
it'd be
talk your
fun.
head off about beer. I don't know if
Hey,
your
man,
fans
I
really
like
wanna
beer. I like
listen about
I like beer so much. I'm brewing my own.
There you go. You gotta start somewhere, man. That's where Marcus, owner of Weathered Souls, the beer we're drinking right now, he did a little homebrew kit, and he said it tasted horrible the first one. So if that tastes horrible, don't give up. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I'm not. I've got my fingers crossed though, because I've been babying this batch,
Yeah.
checking the temperature and whatnot. So I let it ferment another extra day or two. Just to make sure that
Make sure it's
all
ready.
the sugars are getting out of there, because
Yeah.
it has to go through the second fermentation.
Absolutely.
Once I bottle it, and I got to leave it alone for 2 weeks, then I'm going to go cold crash it and let it get cold. Hopefully I did everything right, so when I open up my beer, you're going to hear a nice little tss. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Hey, then you can get rid of all the other stuff and just put in that little baby brewery in here, and
Exactly, man.
talk beer, have talk soccer and basketball. And
Yeah, I'm going to start trying to age some whiskey, man. I got a good base that I want to try to age, get my little, my aging barrel.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the White Dog from Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
Good base to start off with,
It's best in the world.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace.
Oh, I love Buffalo Trace. The only place that I can find the bigger bottle, not the 750 milliliter, is Total Wine and More. They're the only place that I found that sells the big bottle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Weller. Weller's such a damn good whiskey too, man.
A lot of my clients give me whiskey, and we just bought this bar. My wife built it, and it's starting to fill up. And I'm not really a whiskey guy, just simply because it just gets me so drunk, And I'm just like, you go look at Twitter when I've been drinking whiskey. It's just like it's not the best Dan. You know what I mean?
I like whiskey, man. I like a good whiskey. The one whiskey that you can sip on while you're barbecuing and stuff is going to be Old Forester.
See, that's what's sipping though.
Yeah, that's a sipping
you
whiskey.
You gotta sip. You can't.
Yeah,
Don't mix it.
it's an 86 proof sipping whiskey that you can have a couple. You're
Yeah.
gonna be good. Then you can partake of the beer. But if you finish the whole bottle, yeah, it's gonna be nighttime for you, man. Anytime, night. You won't even finish the barbecue. You'll be asleep on the chair outside.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. And if people want to go ahead and follow me on social media, they can follow me at 2 Shots Podcast, and it's all spelled out TWO 2 Shots Podcast. And I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we got a YouTube channel as well. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to that. So for Stuart and Dan, I'm Joe Garcia. Make sure that you catch us out there if you're at the game this weekend, and say hi, man.
I'll be giving away some koozies and talking shop.
Yeah, there you go. So reach out and say hi if you see us out there, and make sure that you do check out the new 2-0 Alliance Fiesta inspired jersey. Really nice. I like it.
Ooh.
Yeah, they got to shout out Dan on that one. He helped make that dream come to fruition.
I'm happy to do stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That's a goal of mine, is having Craft Cruiser and being a real estate agent. I got to, incorporate both of them. So
Yeah.
happy to do it.
Yeah, there's my timer, man. We're at
Yeah.
the 1 hour mark.
That's
All right, guys. So without further ado, spread the love, stop the hate, and be kind. We're out. Peace.
Let me go ahead and stop the stream.
That was fun, man.
Yeah.
I could talk like that